Good morning, everybody. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. In Provincetown. This week featuring Wake Up, Wake Up. Can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Make it strong, please. Hey. Oh. Hey. Wake up, wake up. Oh. No, really, can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up.
You already talked to who about it? I told Andrew.
Not about it, but about it.
Wait, I don't understand what that means.
Good morning.
Hi, everybody. It's Friday, October 27th. This is Wake Up in Provincetown. I'm Bob.
I'm Harrison.
Thank you guys so much for waking up with us. We've got a wonderful show for you today.
We really do. We have Brittany Rolfs coming in. She is launching a brand new show with João Santos and also Andrew Shirani, and it's going to be this Sunday and Monday. She's coming in to do a little song.
The Green Fairy.
Yes.
Everything is very Halloween themed today.
We also have Austin coming in. He's on our show every Halloween, and he's coming in today to give you his 3 favorite jump scares. No.
I knew you were going to do that. I was prepared for it, and it still worked.
Yes. We also have Yaron coming in. We're going to play a little game with him. He is part of the new game night at the Crown and Anchor.
Get your phones out. This is a call-in game. You can win 2 free passes to Spooky Bear at the Crown and Anchor this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got to stop at the Greg Salvatori Gallery.
This morning, right?
Yeah, I came right from the interview. It was basically a live, in real-time interview. I'm wearing this shirt in the clip. You'll see later. We've got Ann Hutchinson doing her Halloween edition of The Weather. Spooky, possessed.
And as always, we have Carmen and Sam from Babes and Boys, who made a little video telling you everything that's going on this weekend. And it is a packed weekend.
It's already so much. It feels like Spooky Bear began last night. Or
I
Halloween.
saw a costume yesterday.
Who?
I don't know.
Izzy Bearden was in a costume yesterday.
Of
Was
course.
that him who was dressed as Chucky doll?
No.
Oh, because there was a like 6'4" man Chucky doll at the porch bar last night, but with like pretty drag queen red hair.
It's a ginger.
No, that was drag queen hair.
Let's speak of the
AKA
devils.
A wig. It was a wig. Hi. Good morning. How was your week?
It was so good. Oh, Carmen and Sam just walked in the door, and I did want to wish Carmen a hearty congratulations as the new assistant director of the Provincetown Business Guild. Yes.
You have a lot of important work to do. Thank
Yeah.
you for your service to the community.
Even more work than you already do.
I
That's
know.
what blows me away.
More.
More. My week was really great. After the show, I worked for just a couple hours at the brewery, and then my really good friend Mike Ackerman came in to cover the end of my shift so I could get the hell out of town. I actually had to drive to just north of Providence to my brother's home where he was getting married to his now wife, Carla. So big congratulations to my brother and brand new sister-in-law, Carla. It was really beautiful, awesome,
Did you stay the
amazing.
weekend?
I didn't. I literally drove to Providence, was at the wedding for like 3 or 4 hours, and then drove right back home. Yeah, I had to work the next day, so.
Did you speak? Were you in it?
No, it was a really beautiful wedding, and I was so blown away by how well it was put together because I think their initial plan was to just do like a town hall ceremony and then throw a big party next summer. And then when Carla told her mother, because she wanted her mother to be here as my parents were going to be there, she spread the word. And then half of Carla's family was like, we're gonna fly in. So they're like, oh, well, now we have to do something. So they threw together this really, really beautiful wedding in, I think, only like 3 or 4 weeks. It was awesome.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fun. I love a thrown together wedding.
Yeah. And then, I didn't have to work the next day. It was actually my birthday, which is what I was racing back
What
for.
did you do for your birthday?
It was really awesome. I had Todd threw together a really great day with Trevor and João, and a bunch of friends joined. We got brunch at Liz's with Trevor, João, and Todd, and then we scooted over to Truro Vineyards for their like set weekend thing that they do. It was really awesome. They have like wine tasting. They have their own cocktails with their own booze that they make. They also have a food truck come, and it's really cute. You just like hang out. It was raining pretty hard on Saturday.
It was torrential last weekend.
I love days like that. It was perfect for my birthday.
And there's like a pavilion there.
Yeah, there's a pavilion. My good friend Callie was working behind the bar. It was a really fun little crew. Todd made me cupcakes. Peter Toto, the Chris's, Julian, Sean Treadwell, Trevor, Todd all came out. It was a lot of fun.
37?
36.
36.
Yeah.
Going on 36.
Yeah. But it was awesome. And then because we day drank, we were obviously tired. So me, Todd, and Trevor went back to Trevor's place and we watched a movie. It was really cute. We actually watched a bunch of movies while sleeping on and off because we were day drinking. It was the most unhinged triple feature ever.
What did you watch?
We wanted to watch like spooky Halloween stuff. And we started with From Dusk Till Dawn, which is the Quentin Tarantino movie. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around that movie, and I know it's like when you look back at media from years ago with kind of the new lens that, because we've all learned a lot in the past 20, 30 years, and watching that movie, I was like, wow, this is the most misogynistic movie I've ever watched in my life.
Ever?
Ever. It was really, really messed up. And also now that it's come to light that Quentin Tarantino is pretty clearly a foot fetishist, and then he wrote this movie From Dusk Till Dawn in which he cast himself as a character who has Salma Hayek put her feet in his mouth.
Both of them?
One.
Oh.
She's like a stripper in the movie. I think it's one of her first roles in America. She was fairly big as a Mexican actress, but one of her first big roles in America, and she played this like vampire stripper who part of her routine is where she puts her feet in Quentin Tarantino's mouth and then pours liquor over her knee, and it like dribbles into his mouth. And I'm like, he wrote this for himself to do and then cast Salma Hayek to do it. Just, it's super cringy. But it was just like very misogynistic in the way they portrayed women and the way these characters, like the characters, like Quentin Tarantino's character like reads as a very typical like incel character. It was interesting. I surprised people like that movie.
I've never seen it.
I think it's like the so bad it's good category, but it was weird.
It's sort of cult. That has a cult following.
Yeah. Then we watched, I don't know, a lot of people I was chatting with about this had never heard of it, but there's this cartoon that I really loved as a child that actually inspired one of my Halloween costumes when I was probably like 5 or 6. It is the Disney animated version of A Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
With Bing Crosby.
Oh. Really?
Yeah. It's
Ichabod Crane?
Yeah.
That has Bing Crosby in it?
He narrates the whole thing.
Oh, I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it since I was little, but it's Bing Crosby narrating the Headless Horseman story with Ichabod Crane, and I dressed up as the Headless Horseman when I was probably like 3 or 4.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Where do your eyes look out of?
So
the collar?
my father and mother always were like, we make our costumes, and I was the Headless Horseman. We took like a piece of cardboard and made like a ring that went around me with like fabric around the bottom, which was the horse, and then like a horse head that came up, and then I had a big oversized button-down shirt with eye holes cut out, but it like came up to the top, and then I had a pumpkin as a head.
Cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. And then we watched Witches of Eastwick, which is one of the best movies
Still never
ever.
seen that either. I know. Really?
Wait, where?
Tomorrow?
No way. Witches of Eastwick? No way.
They're showing The Witches of Eastwick at Water's Edge Cinema here in Provincetown tomorrow afternoon. I'll be at work.
It is such an incredible movie, and always like it harkens back to those movies of the 90s that I really miss.
80s.
Oh, yeah, but you know that like style of music from the 80s and 90s where they're just those kind of movies that don't exist anymore, kind of like Pretty Women, Witches of Eastwick, where there's like it's the John Williams score. It's amazing.
Yeah,
check it
pop
out if you haven't seen
soundtrack.
it. Yeah, you should definitely watch it. It's
I will,
really
and
good.
I love those 3 actresses.
Icons on icons on icons.
And Jack Nicholson too, right?
Yeah, I love how I feel like they must have changed the script because the idea is that they're like they summon this man, and as they're summoning him, they're like, he should be so handsome, and then like, well, not too handsome. And I wonder if they had to write that in because they ended up casting Jack Nicholson.
Oh my goodness.
But overall, it was a phenomenal birthday. I had so much fun. Thank you to everyone who made it amazing.
And then Monday was the town meeting that we all went to.
Town meeting was fun.
That was very well attended for a special town fall meeting.
It was good because like the Springtown meeting was entertaining but also stressful, where this meeting was just entertaining and not fairly stressful. Out of the 14 articles, all of them passed almost unanimously. There were like less than 10 votes against any of the articles that went up. But people still made it entertaining.
What do you mean?
I feel like we should have a new rule that they should announce. Like, if you didn't read the warrant, you don't get to ask questions. Not necessarily that guy. There were a lot of people who got up who were like, I have a question. I just want to make sure, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, if you read the first sentence of the article, you would have known that that's true. But thank you for getting up and asking the question.
Not only if you read the first sentence, but they also present each article before we go to vote on it. So they basically read the article to you. So you've had a chance to read it yourself. You could just listen to Alex Morris tell you what it is before you get up and go, like, he was like, so this article means if you already have 3 Airbnbs you're grandfathered in, and people get up and go, I just need to know if you're grandfathered in. And I'm like, he just said that.
Stop wasting my time.
2 people actually got up and asked that question right after another. Like, so you had a month and a half to read the warrant, which had it in there, or you could listen to Alex Morris, or listen to the person who asked that question moments before.
Yeah, right in a row.
Yeah.
The
and
people that need to be heard the most listen the least sometimes.
There was also a gentleman who I loved his spirit, but he was very much, if you've ever seen the iconic movie Mean Girls, there's a girl who gets up there, she's like, I just wish we could all be friends and have rainbows and butterflies. And it was very that.
Dog Walker.
What's his name, Dog Walker?
Doug Walker.
Doug Walker.
A name I shall not soon forget.
But I loved it. It was very P-Town to get up there.
It was so P-Town.
Yeah.
Thank you to Alex Morris, Mary Jo Avalar, and the rest of our town leadership for putting that together. As you see, articles that are sponsored by the town leadership tend to move a little, like, you know, people are like, oh, you guys all said yes to this, fine.
Yeah.
Yes, here we are.
And I think the articles were fairly straightforward. I think the town recognizes the importance, a lot of them. A lot of the more contentious ones were around short-term rentals and also purchasing land for affordable housing. And I think certain people had questions or had opinions, and even if I didn't necessarily agree with them, I was impressed that they really put the time and work into it to come prepared.
One of my favorite things the town manager said in that meeting was, our people are not just numbers and spreadsheets. Because somebody was trying to make a case against doing something just for people.
Yeah, a lot of people look at places like Harbor Hill and they're like, we're losing money. And it's like, I feel like the value in affordable housing isn't in money. These places don't have to make money or even break even because of the value they add to the town in addition to that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know exactly how many people live at Harbor Hill, but I personally know so many that are so involved in the town, that are producing events all over town, producing shows, working at restaurants, working at businesses, serving on town boards. I mean, Eric Borg lives in Harbor Hill, and he might not be able to live in this town if not for Harbor Hill. And I feel like the value that these affordable housing projects create is beyond financial.
Absolutely.
And I feel like people need to wake the fuck up to that, you know?
Oh no, my actual real favorite thing that Alex Moore said that night was when somebody was like, blah, 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 and he goes, that's absurd. Or what he was like, that's ridiculous. I was like, yeah.
He said I think he said it was a gross exaggeration or something like that.
I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
You knew what he meant.
My favorite moment was when Alex was responding to someone who made a comment, and then Mary Jo's like, who's speaking? I didn't recognize anyone. He was like,
because he's standing here and she's sitting up there and she really couldn't tell who was talking. I'm like,
that was my favorite moment. Yeah.
Entertainment for free.
Yeah, I also loved when Mary Jo Avalar thanked everyone for registering to vote in the legal way.
Well, this is Provincetown, not Truro.
I was like, did we check? Did we double check?
No, and at the beginning when she was like, just so everybody knows, there's 3 police officers here. 2 officers and the police chief in case anything goes awry, because in the spring, people were screaming and cursing, and there was it was heated.
I loved it though.
This one was much less heated. Cool, even.
I did find it interesting they were like, you'll be kicked out if you swear. We love free speech here. And I think, I'm not sure exactly where, I meant to look it up before the show. I think it was in Maine. They, a judge said that it was, you could swear in town meeting.
You can in Maine?
Wherever that was. I don't think it was in Massachusetts.
No. We're a little more patrician down here.
Or something. But thank you to everyone who came to town meeting, especially for a special town meeting. It was very well attended. I'm sorry, I took notes about specific.
674 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Almost 700 people. That's a big chunk of the electorate
yeah.
here.
And all the photos I have putting up from this are all by Elias Duncan for The Independent, so thank you for letting me steal those. Yeah. Speaking of registering to vote properly, I have a little update on the Truro Part-Time Resident Taxpayers Association voter fraud scandal of last week.
Are we not doing the buzzers yet?
Buzz in, babe. So I had said that last week's meeting had gotten canceled. It's currently rescheduled for November 2nd, but maybe move farther because of the large number of voter challenges. And we have some more details about everything that came out. So it was Raphael Richter of Truro who submitted 66 of the 67 complaints about specific voter registrations that he found suspect. He said he noticed that a significant change in the patterns of registration after July 1st, which is when the TPRTA launched their voter registration effort. In each of his 66 complaints, he cited at least 3 pieces of potential evidence of non-residence, including not appearing in Truro street listings, not paying for a vehicle excise tax in Truro, and also registering with an out-of-town mailing address. The 67th complaint, which was the one that was not made by Raphael Richter, was filed by a former Truro town moderator, Monica Kraft. She alleged that the registration of Anne Greenbaum, who is vice chair of the planning board, because she claims a residential tax exemption in her home in Boston. And the planning board is a regulatory board which is against state ethics to serve if you are not a registered voter. So we'll see.
My understanding is that they stand by their decision.
Well, the challenge, all the registrants who had a challenge against them receive a letter stating specifically what the registration requirements are, and summonses for hearings will be issued this week, in which the hearings, the registrants will be examined under oath. They can remove their name from voter rolls before the hearing, which 6 of those 67 registrants have already done. The TPRTA Executive Committee is now accusing Truro of voter suppression and intimidation. There were protests this past Saturday of about 125 people at Town Hall calling to keep Truro rural. Oh. Yeah, I think one of the, I think there is a large housing project, which is the impetus for all of this. These part-time residents don't want a large year-round housing project because they will bother them for the 2.5 months in which they use their home.
They want to live at a theme park.
Yeah. Thoughts?
No. I'll buzz in later.
How was your week? Sorry, I went on a little side tangent.
No, that's okay. My week was divine. I went to the town meeting on Monday. Last night, I had my show at the Post Office Cabaret. Thank you to everybody that was there last night. We had a sold-out show.
It was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much for saying that. It seemed like everybody had a really good time. And then after that, what I love about Provincetown is that you can do a show and then go immediately to your friend's show.
What show did you go
I went
to?
to the Porch Bar to see Brittany and Clint.
Work.
Amazing. And she's going to sing a song for us later, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's awfully early. I was saying to her last night, I was like, I don't know how you're going to sing at 9 o'clock in the morning. She's like, maybe. She also dedicated a song to me at the piano bar, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And it was that song, Bitch, by Meredith Brooks. And I was like, Brittany.
You're like, he's a bitch, he's a bitch.
Just over and over
Yeah,
and over
exactly.
again. So that was super fun.
Your show was amazing. I was so blown away. Lucas was incredible.
I know.
Yeah, really impressed.
Yeah, we did secret towny tricks. There are so many people in town who have talents that you know nothing about. One is our friend Lucas Estok, who blew the crowd away with his rendition of Jason Mraz's "You and I." That song is high.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting listening to him in rehearsal, and I was like, "Ooh!"
A lot of the songs you
range.
sang were high.
For me,
No, but high in general. Like they were. What was the first song you sang?
"Lullaby" by Sean Mullins.
That's high. Period.
Well, he's speaking like this, and then there's a little falsetto moment in
Yeah.
the chorus.
Yeah.
I think I pulled it off.
What's the name of the other gentleman who performed?
Todd Buonapane, who has a show
Amazing.
Saturday night at 7:30 upstairs at the Post Office Cabaret. He's hilarious.
If you've never been to Bob's show, the audience is,
Wild.
I wouldn't say encouraged to participate, but we do.
Not discouraged.
And there was one joke I really meant to yell out that I am going to say now because I
What?
thought it was really funny and I regret not yelling out. Do you know how he kept making the joke like, when you came out in Scrubs, he's like, did you look at my search history? And then you were interviewing him and you said that he was on 30 Rock as one of your favorite characters. And what was his name on the show?
Jeffrey Wienerslave.
Yeah, and you asked, you're like, did you get to pick your name? I wanted to be like, they got it from his search history.
You
Fun,
should
right?
have.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also before the show, it was sold out, amazing crowd, and it was. So when I was there alone, I got there, I kind of like took my little seat, and then Tim O'Connor, who was sitting alone as well, had a seat next to him. He's like, "Come sit with me." So I went over and sat with Tim. Jen and Ian were sitting behind us at like those little 4 seats in front of the tech booth. Best seats ever.
Those are the best seats
Really,
there.
really good seats. and we were all chit-chatting, almost like having our own separate sideshow. You know how Jen is.
I was wondering why I didn't hear her from the stage, and I came back. I was like, "This is the quietest you've ever been." It's because she was doing it.
I
just
think
for the
she was
baby.
happy just entertaining me, Ian, and Tim, rather than the whole crowd this
Very
time.
good.
But there was one point before the show, and it was so funny. Me and Tim are chatting, and then he's like looking around. He's like, "It's the who's who of Provincetown," and I'm like, "Yeah, it really is." And he goes, "Good for him." I just
Thanks,
loved that.
Tim.
Right, exactly.
It was a good time.
And if there's one person who is the who's who of Provincetown, who would definitely know who the who's who of Provincetown is, definitely Tim O'Connor.
He's got to come on the show.
Yay!
We're finally getting
I can't-
Tim the Hat Sister on our morning show.
Yeah, it's more so than anyone probably. I'm like, how the fuck have we not had him on?
Well, he was like, "You've never asked me." I love when people say that, and I'm like, "Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's very
You
true.
were just a couple martinis in."
Yeah, but congratulations, such an awesome show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you do them through the winter?
I might.
Yeah.
So the venue, the ownership was very happy last night, of course, and they were like, "Why don't you do one for Holly Folly?" I
You
was
should
like,
just do them
"Maybe."
every month. It's like, it's all townies.
You're right.
And
Guess we
townies
could.
are here in the winter. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Slay.
Okay.
Let's do weather with Ann Hutchinson, and then I'll be back with some news.
I just love when a being has 8 eyes to regard me with. I'm Ann Hutchinson, and it is Halloween weekend out here in Provincetown. The weather is going to be a ghost this Halloween weekend, which is why I can't find it. But because the weather is going to be a ghost, you can expect to walk right through it while it's all around you. Very unusual for the weather. I learned this week that ghosts exist sometimes to help people, which I think is why this ghostly weather has been acting so wacky recently. It's trying to help people with wildfires and floods. It's trying to spook people into stop reproducing so much. Okay, I can't talk about ghosts anymore. I do not want people to think that my comedy tour of town is a ghost tour. It is very hard to decipher if people on my comedy tour are screaming in horror or laughing, but my tour is not a ghost tour. It is a possession tour. While you're immobilized by the wretched things I say, I take your possessions. Okay, now, have a nice Halloween weekend out here in Provincetown, and please stop asking me what I'm going to be. I am something, okay? 20 different weathers, and what am I going to be? I don't have to be anything. I would never dress up as somebody else.
I love a Halloween-themed Ann Hutchinson. Go take her tour. Like she said, she's going to be herself. She's always herself.
Halloween's every day for Ann Hutchinson.
I love you, Ann. Take the tour.
Got some news stories for you now.
What?
The Congress finally got a speaker. Yeah. After, I think, 4 weeks of not having a speaker after they ousted McCarthy, the Republicans have finally got their fucking shit together. And they have a new speaker. It is the Representative Mike Johnson from Louisiana. HRC is calling him the most anti-equality speaker in U.S. history. He has had 3 terms in Congress, and HRC has given him a 0 rating for every term on the Equality Scorecard. He's voted against the Equality Act, against the Respect for Marriage Act, and many other pro-equality bills. And also this year, he introduced a national bill based on the Florida Don't Say Gay bill.
I mean, this is the problem with ousting people like Kevin McCarthy. Somebody way worse is waiting in the wings to take over.
But it must have been what they wanted, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I
what they
love
want.
throughout all of the interviews about this, they're always like, well, the Democrats and the people are always like, you have a majority. It's you. It's only you. You could do whatever you want. You have a majority. You just have to do it. But they never do. So this past week on The Masked Singer, there was kind of a local favorite on the show. If you don't know The Masked Singer, it's basically celebrities put on these elaborate costumes in which hide their identity, then they sing, and they have judges who try to guess who the celebrity inside the suit is. And this past week, the Royal Hen, which is one of the characters, sang Philadelphia Freedom as an Elton John night, as part of an Elton John night, and which made one of the guest judges guess correctly that it was Billie Jean King, tennis star and equal pay activist.
Can she sing?
I didn't.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch a video of it, but I heard she was pretty good. Unfortunately, she was eliminated that night, which is that's when you were like reveal who you are. If you don't know the story of why the judge guessed that it was Billie Jean King because of her choice of song, Philadelphia Freedom was written for Billie Jean King. Her tennis team was called
World Team Tennis.
World Team Tennis.
She had a team called the Philadelphia Freedom, yeah.
And they were good friends, and he wrote that song for her. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I would love to hear Billie Jean King's Elton John impression. I need to go back and look that up.
Yeah. The past couple weeks, I have talked about how the NHL has banned any sort of garb that is in support of social causes. This was specifically in response to in last year's Pride Nights, there was just controversy around players not wanting to wear it, so they banned it entirely as their idea of being like, oh, if we just ban it entirely, it won't be an issue. A lot of players took issue with this, but no one more than Arizona Coyotes defenseman Travis Dermott. This past week, he wrapped his stick in Pride tape, which is a type of rainbow tape that you put on your hockey stick to play better.
To play better.
He said that the league's new policy took an emotional toll on him, saying he's shed tears on multiple occasions while thinking about it. The Coyotes supported him by moving their Pride Night to the 27th, which was to kind of get ahead and be like, this is where we stand. Also, one of their corporate sponsors did a Pride tape giveaway. They bought 500 rolls of Pride tape and were giving it out in support of it. And the NHL in response got rid of it already. Like they already were like, just kidding. It was like one person and they were like, this is too much. So good for them. Yeah. They also have a rule saying that you can use any color tape on your stick. So like they couldn't really enforce it anyway. So yeah, good to hear. One more quick thing. The Out 100 was announced last week. And a few local favorites were on it. Mari Bartlett was on the list, as well as Governor Maura Healey. And it's so weird. This gentleman was on the list. You probably know him. He's someone that I know from town, and whenever I see him, I'm like, oh my God, hey, how are you? It's good to see you back in town. But I didn't know that he was. I don't want to say
a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just like the spirit of Provincetown. Everyone's a big deal. But Brent Miller was on the list for the Out 100, and he is an advocate for an accurate and authentic portrayal of LGBT community and media. He works in advertising. He's worked for Procter & Gamble and a lot of other stuff to do inclusive advertising. So congratulations to Brent and all the other P-Townies who made the list this year. Yeah. I think that's all I got.
Yeah. Don't forget, you guys, this Saturday there's a haunted house at the high school. Did you already include this in your segment? Yeah. Okay. You'll find out about this.
One more thing. One more thing so fast. Today, from 1 to 3 at Gifford House, the Bay Staters for Natural Medicine are going to be having a lunch and informational session. They're chatting about the decriminalization of plant medicine like psilocybin mushrooms here in Provincetown. There's 6 other cities in Massachusetts that have already decriminalized it. In like Cambridge and Worcester, and I am in full support of this. Do you remember when that person came in and was like, it's a person who I very much trust with my drug use.
That person.
And they were like, oh, these are little microdose chocolates of mushrooms, and they gave me 2 of them. And I took one earlier this week, and then went to the gym, and it was fine. It just kind of made me a little happier. And then yesterday I took the second one, and then I had it was really light, but a trip for like 45 minutes. I had to sit on my couch. I was like, this is not a microdose.
Really?
Yeah, but it was fun and great. So I obviously support the decriminalization of psilocybin mushrooms in Provincetown.
I didn't know that they were still illegal. Do you know how many people are on mushrooms at all times
right
here?
now? Let's take it away with Greg.
Hey everybody, I'm at the Greg Salvatori Gallery with the man himself. Greg's in his 5th season as a Provincetown gallerist, your 2nd in this location, right?
Right.
And this is a lot bigger than where you started out.
This is almost 4 times bigger than the one I started with. The first Epic Town was a small thing. I had my work, feature a couple of artists, and then I could expand on this one and call all my artist friends, all queer artists, colorful people from all over the world, and kind of like jam it in here. It's so much more fun.
And you've always been a big proponent of supporting queer artists. local artists.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point of an artist-owned gallery. You go where your physical, your culture and your art is, instead of just, think of it as a dealer kind of artist. Like, it's not just about selling art, it's about selling the good side kind of art that will go in people's homes and affect them for decades.
And how was 2023 for you?
2023 was good. I did this new thing of starting a new solo show, a new opening every Friday with a new show. So the room was changing every Friday, and that generated, besides a massive amount of work, it generated this thing that people were coming up even without knowing, without reading on the magazines or on the ads what was going on, because they knew that every Friday the rooms would be completely different.
Right.
But here in the bottom room, up in the top room, and in the side room, which is the new room that I opened after the flood last winter. So everything would change, and it's nice to see people like, oh my god.
Let's go take a look.
Yeah.
And so you have your own art in here every Friday also, too.
Yes. So I did 3 solo shows of my work with photography, painting, and my reality work. And then I feature basically a solo show for each one of my artists.
And you're here year-round.
I am. Well, the community now is growing so solid in the year round, and it's getting more and more. So it's fun to be around, and it's just, it just feels inspiring and feels good. Like the weekends are still busy.
Right.
Yeah.
And fall's a good time for people to come and check art out. It's not as busy in town, but everybody's still open.
Yeah, and you get to see the people that you didn't get to see in July and August, because there's an entire crowd of town lovers or town people that obviously they rent out in July and August, or they simply don't love the Times Square crowd effect.
Right.
And they show up in September and October, and it's actually lovely conversations, very great people, pieces of our community that is nice to hang out with.
And this, you said, was a storage room before?
This was a storage room, and this winter there was the roof broke during the big storm.
Right.
And there was water gush in the fried my printer, destroyed $45,000 worth. And so we had to clean it up. I had all the shelves and everything, took everything out. And then I walked in and I'm like, wait, should this be a storage room? I could just open it to the public and make it this intense, very like every artist has a wall and they're like kind of compact together, but you sit down and you kind of let them like close in on you in a good creative way, and people started loving it. So I'm like, yeah, sure, let's double down.
Nice. Yeah. And so you guys come say hi to Greg this fall at the Salvatori Gallery. What's your address here?
It's 366 Commercial.
368 Commercial. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
A lot more, but it's the covers and original songs. Joe is going to be on it. So
Wait, so it's an album?
yeah,
But are they going to do a concert of the album for Holly Folly?
there will be the traditional Holly Folly at the.
And they'll all
They
do
announced the
that
town
there?
hall show
Yes.
for Holly Folly.
Okay.
You know,
Oh,
a
Get
lot
your
of
tickets now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It sells out every year, and it's always amazing.
It's going to be incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, should we play Name That Tune now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna play something, and we're gonna try to guess what it is.
Yeah, so we're gonna do 3 Name That Tunes. Me and Bob are gonna compete for the first 2, and then for the last one, we're gonna have you call in. My number is 617-676-7597. Put in your phone now. That's for the third one. We're gonna do the first 2 ourselves.
Okay.
Don't look at the iPad
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Do I have to? I don't open.
Don't
this
open
up.
until instructed.
until.
You have to have a buzzer though.
Yes.
Oh,
So the
jeez.
first one is the one. Let's see who guessed this. This is how it works.
Okay.
Let's see who guesses
All right,
it first.
perfect.
Ready? No, not yet.
No.
The Addams Family.
Yes.
Oh.
Now open the first page, and we're gonna see.
Oh, open the
together.
first
With the
page?
one that says 1.
Ooh.
Otherwise, you'll know.
No, mine says one.
Oh, I know the words to this.
All right, 2, 3.
They're creepy and they're kooky.
Mysterious and spooky, they're all together ooky. The Addams Family. The house is a museum. When people come to see them, they really are a scream. The Addams Family. Neat. Sweet.
Is that how it goes?
Petite.
Oh,
Good
word.
job. So 1 point for Bob.
Yay!
I hate this. I hate having
Great,
less
we're gonna
points
do
than Bob.
All right, next one. Ready for? It's not Jaws.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Bob is good at this. Okay, now you can open it.
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! If it's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! That's 2 for Bob.
Yes. The third one.
Oh, this one's gonna be a call-in.
Oh, right. Oh, so I won 2-0.
By the way, next time we did like with the Beatles, and there's always a theme, and I think there was like one about TV shows. Next one is about musical theater. So every week there's a theme with the name.
okay.
Yeah.
So call in. Harrison, what's your phone number one more time?
617-676-7597. It's right at the bottom
It's
of
right
the screen.
here. You're going to win 2 passes to Spooky Bear at the Crown and Anchor this weekend. I know so many of you who watch this every week don't live near here, but call in anyway. Try to win.
You can play
Yeah.
wedding music.
Aww.
Call in.
We're on a delay.
Yeah, we're on a delay, so it'll always be a few
They're
moments
hearing
later.
that in a couple of seconds from now. Interpretive dance.
That's the song they're guessing?
Yeah.
Or Yaron just played the song they're guessing?
I didn't play it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was just the, that was, you have to play what they're gonna
Oh,
Yeah.
they're calling. Okay, got
Play
it.
now.
All right, ready? This is so hard. I'll try it again.
play it 3 times.
All right.
Oh, I know this. Damn it! Now I know one. Call in if you know that.
Thank you, Andrew,
for knowing what's going on.
someone calling. What are we waiting for?
Play it one more time.
One more time.
Play a little bit more of it, maybe.
What's the guy's name who does the voiceover?
Vincent Price.
Price.
That's all you're getting.
No one's called.
You might have to just guess it yourself.
Yeah. Can I just get it?
Yep.
It's Thriller.
Yeah. You ready?
That's what I should have done. Let's do it.
1 and.
Oh, one sec.
Hello,
Hi, who's this?
it's Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Where are you calling from?
Provincetown.
Yay. Do you know what that song was?
Thriller.
Word.
Yay!
She probably got it before the delay,
Congratulations.
too. Thank you so much. You won 2 free tickets to Spooky Bear at the Crown and Anchor. You can stop by the box office to pick them up. I'll text you and get your last name, and we'll put them down for you.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks for calling in. Thanks for watching.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yay.
Thanks, Sherry. Yay.
We must be in a longer delay than we thought.
It's long. It's like 30 seconds long.
Slay. Oh, now I'm getting multiple calls.
Oh, now
Thank you
all
so
the
much,
calls are
Yaron.
coming in, but it's too late.
Check out Game Night
It's
Tuesdays
too
7 to
late.
9 at the Crown and Anchor. Who do we got next? We got Babes and Boys.
Oh my God, take it away, Carmen and Sam.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Spooky Bear and Halloween weekend. We've got a lot to share, so we're just gonna jump right in.
To this jam-packed pumpkin weekend. Starting on Friday, Dina Martina is back this weekend with Dina Martina's Halloweena, a 2-night show at the Crown and Anchor tonight and Saturday, only at 7 p.m. I don't think I can say that without laughing.
Tammy Brown's Halloween Spooktacular has one more show, and that's gonna be this evening at the Red Room at 8:30, so grab those tickets now.
And the Provincetown Brewing Company's annual Flip Cup tournament is this evening at 7 p.m. And even if you're not participating, it's a fun time to come and hang out, so join them over at the Provincetown Brewing Company.
Also tonight, Billy Huff's Scream Along is Halloween Spooktacular themed at Grotto Bar. This includes a $100 costume contest for Best Dead Rockstar costume. Kicks off with a set by DJ Potato Salad. That's at 10 p.m.
And then under the underground, Lizzie Pitch will be DJing Topside Fridays at 10 p.m.
Also, Fag Bash versus Bears in Space returns this Friday to Purgatory, $20 cover. Doors open at 9. You can get tickets in advance through their Instagram, which we highly recommend. Apparently, if you get advance tickets, you can skip the line.
They're going to be packed to those Bears in Space. And then on Saturday at 2:30 at the Water's Edge Cinema, you can come by for a psychic reading by Stephen the Medium. And there's a special screening of The Witches of Eastwick after the readings. Tickets available at provincetownfilm.org or at babesandboys.com.
Saturday and Sunday are your last chances for Delicious Brunch by Kelly Fields at Crown and Anchor, 11 to 2. Just don't sleep on the Brussels sprouts, fried chicken biscuit with hot honey, the lobster deviled eggs. Honestly, the whole menu. So just bring a couple bears and try the whole thing. Just order the whole menu.
Or come dressed as bears and eat the whole menu. Also, on Saturday, Cody Plays will feature a collab this week with the Spooky Halloween Spirits. Ooh, at 6 p.m. at the Gifford House.
On Saturday afternoon at the library, you can find a family-friendly Halloween story and craft hour at 1 o'clock. All are welcome.
Also, this Saturday is sadly the last night of the Way Downtown under the ownership of Jerry, who established this bar and restaurant over 20 years ago in 2002.
Yeah.
Jerry has been a longtime supporter of Women's Weeks, female artists, musicians, bands, DJs, and over the last 2 decades. And for her final night, Jerry has asked Sarah Burrell and the band to bring the house down boots from 9 p.m. to midnight. Come by, dance one last time at the Way Downtown, and toast all that Jerry has done for this community. We love you, Jerry.
Saturday is also a full moon, so come by later that evening, continue the dance party with DJ Sam Sewell at special Halloween edition of Skin Contact. That's at the Underground, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m.
I'm giving the very special lunar eclipse vibes on the 28th, so come on by. And speaking of the full moon and the eclipse and the powers that be, we definitely want to mention that Olivia from Sole Luna will be hosting a full moon sound bath meditation at the Commons this Saturday from 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. This full moon is a hunter moon, which holds a spiritual message of self-improvement and looking within. So a great time for a moment of meditation, and if you're unable to make it this Saturday, Olivia does offer meditation sessions from 5:30 to 6 p.m. every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at her studio, Sole Luna on Commercial Street.
On Sunday, the Green Fairy, a dark immersive cabaret experience written, directed, and starring Brittany, Rolfs, and Joe Santos, featuring Andrew on the keys, will be coming to Crown and Anchor. This is a limited 2-night engagement, only Sunday and Monday, so get your tickets now.
And then later that night, the House of the Spirits Masquerade will be hosted by the Gifford House with a red carpet moment kicking off the evening at 9 p.m.
Monday is going to be the final performance of the Green Fairy, followed by a belated celebration for our favorite squirrel, Brittany. So if you can't make either performance, join her for a birthday bar crawl.
Speaking of bar crawls, What is happening in town on actual Halloween?
Well, funny you should ask. Mike Ackerman and Babes and Boys, IES, will be hosting a That's a Wrap Townie Bar Crawl for 2023, and that's on actual Halloween day. It kicks off at 4 o'clock at Shipwreck and continues through several stops of our favorite haunts that will be shuttered soon, so come join us for 1-2 stops, the whole thing.
And we are highly encouraging you of wearing any past costumes you worn for the season as we wrap up the 2023 beautiful season out here in Provincetown.
One of those stops is actually going to be game night, which we wanted to promote over at Wave Bar Tuesday. That's hosted by Giselle from 7 to 9 p.m. And I was there actually this last week, and there was several people there playing ping pong. There's board games. Some people were even really seriously preparing for Flip Cup, so that is going to be a really interesting competition.
And lastly, as is tradition, Space Pussy will be performing their annual Halloween concert at the Governor Bradford. Doors open at 9:30, with the concert kicking off at 10:30. And we are told that tickets will only be available the day of at the door. And lucky for you, though, if you happen to be on our Townie Bar Crawl, you will find yourself across the street at the OC, like Carmen said, just before the show.
Then Wednesday, what do we have Wednesday?
Nothing. We rest.
Jesus, that's a very busy week.
We sleep the sleep of the dead, I think.
That will give us time to recuperate just before Thursday, which kicks off the Food and Wine Festival. If you haven't bought tickets to the Grand Tasting and other events, check that out. Thursday, actually, speaking of tickets, there will be a series of events that are all printed in the guidebooks that are out in town, including Harry's Wine Shop, of course. But there are a couple of things that have been added that are not in there, including a really awesome 5-course dinner over at Liz's Cafe Friday night at 7 with wine pairing. That'll be a really special evening. And also you can find Sam and I and Harrison doing a special food and wine themed trivia night, 7 p.m. this Thursday.
And if you were wondering where we are right now, we are inside one of the Mayflower trolleys, which will be running a haunted tour all the way through Halloween at 6 p.m.
And that is sound designed by Sam Sewell.
A script written by Justine and performed for you by Kathy with a C. You're not going to want to miss this. This is a very special event and it hopes to continue in the future.
Sounds great. We'll see you all out there.
Happy Spooky Bear! Hey, I just wanted to pop back in here with a few items that we might have missed. Starting with on the 29th of October, there is a Provincetown for Gaza rally happening at 1 p.m. starting at Town Hall, organized by a group of folk at the Fine Arts Work Center. Again, they're meeting at Town Hall at 1 p.m. and marching to the Breakwater. Also, Austin Tyler is hosting Are You Afraid of the Dork all this weekend at the Crown and Anchor. And the Golden Gays are back in town at the Red Room, so you're not going to want to miss that. Plus, there's a haunted house happening at the Provincetown School, and during the day it's for kids, but at night I hear it's going to get pretty adult-tastic, so you're going to want to check that out. Also, Bianca Del Rio's in town performing at Town Hall, and Boylesque is happening at the Post Office Cabaret at 7:30 on Friday. Plus, in addition, all of the items that we had mentioned last week will still be going on this week, such as Bitchcraft over at the Pilgrim House, Madam's Grave Intentions, and another Bintia are still running all this weekend. And on Tuesday, on October 31st, is the 9th annual Greet and Treat over at Mata Field from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Come dressed up, come get candy over at Mata Field. And if you're looking for anything else, anything that we hadn't mentioned, please check out the Provincetown magazine, as it's doing a really good job of trying to get everything in one place. Also, in addition, ptown.org, the Provincetown Business Guild, is doing a great job, and babesandboys.com. See you out there.
So much, babes and boys. Please welcome Austin Tyler to the Wake Up stage. We usually pre-record this, so I'm excited to have you live in person.
We're live and we're here and we're doing it.
You got a lot of Halloween events going on this weekend?
Yeah. So many. I decided, because I wasn't performing a lot this summer, that I just do 2 months of performing in the span of 1 weekend. Yeah, so we're going to start off with this morning, which I'm having a great time. Show's going fabulously.
People love being places at 9 in the morning, right?
And then tonight, tomorrow, and Tuesday Halloween, I'll be doing my ghost storytelling show, Are You Afraid of the Dork? Second year, so we will be talking about the 5 years I ran a haunted inn up on Commercial Street in Provincetown.
Officially haunted?
Yeah, I lived there for 5 years. It was weird.
Yeah,
and some stuff. But I'll also be imbuing some of my experience as a haunt attraction actor and designer.
Oh.
I will be messing with the audience the entire time.
Ooh,
yeah.
I love that.
This is at 6 o'clock?
That's at 6 p.m. tonight, tomorrow, and Tuesday.
Work.
And then tomorrow at both 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., I will be taking part in Mackenzie's Zombie Drag Brunch.
Ooh.
So exciting. We decided a couple years ago, drag brunches are so gorgeous. Let's wreck them.
Yeah.
So we're doing it zombie style.
And people are encouraged to come in costume as well?
Yes, we're actually having prizes for best costumes. So if you want to really just roll out of bed, not bother with any dressing up, you might be a zombie right then.
That's my most hideous out costume. It's just me
First thing
rolling
in the
out of
morning.
bed.
And then finally, I have the distinct honor and pleasure of hosting the big costume ball at Crown and Anchor on Saturday night. And I was last minute informed that I would be co-hosting with Kane Marco, who is a wildly popular adult performer, who I've been somewhat familiar with his works for 15 years.
Somewhat familiar.
Provincetown gives you gifts if your karma's okay.
It
Dropped
really
right
does.
into your lap.
It truly does.
I mean, for lack of a better place. Yeah, so that's what I'm up to.
Are you going to be including jump scares in your in your spooky storytelling?
I'm not giving to. I'm trying to do it between a spooky ghost story and just before a terrifying haunted house. So I'm not trying to give heart attacks.
Okay.
But I want you uncomfortable.
So, in your true countdown style, what have we got for today?
All right, today I want to talk to you about my top 3 favorite jump scares in horror of all time.
Of all time.
All time, all time. Now, the first one's a little non-traditional because it's actually a horror comedy movie.
Oh.
So it's a jump scare, you will freeze, you will look at it and not know what's going on. It takes place in Netflix's The Babysitter. So, you know, babysitter, danger, hijinks, who's going to survive, what's going on. There is a moment where it seems like a fun, up-and-coming teen movie, and then it zags left. To really enjoy it, I advise not looking up trailers, don't read about it, just enjoy the ride.
Is it new?
No, it's actually, I want to say it's 2018, 2019.
I've never heard of it. I'm gonna have to watch it. The spooky.
The Babysitter.
It's so funny, so funny. On to number 2 is going to be, and you're not going to believe this, a jump scare involving Barbara Hershey. Yep, I did it. So it takes place in the movie Insidious.
She's in that?
She is. She plays Patrick Stewart's character's mom.
Oh.
Or no, not Stewart, Patrick Wilson. Yeah, she's
I was like,
a
wow.
little young for Patrick. Remix, age makeup. Yes, so the thing about this scene is it's a young boy who is haunted by a collection of spirits. One of them happened to be a horrifying demon.
The red face?
The red face, yes. And so the trick to this scare is no one expects monsters and Barbara Hershey at the same time. And the moment actually takes place in the daylight. So you're not expecting this at all. And honestly, I dropped an entire platter of fish and chips when this one came on. It was,
Really?
It was worth the 25.
Hopefully it was all you can eat. You get another round.
Oh, I ate it off the floor. I mean, that's
perfect.
money. Come on, give it a break.
I hear you. I hear you.
And then finally, my number 1, and it's another non-traditional approach. It is a movie from 2020 called Host. The jump scare is the entire film. This movie is horrifying. So it shouldn't work. The premise is that a group of friends decides to do a seance on Zoom. So already we're familiar with Zoom and we're uncomfortable. We've all been there for a couple years. The cast isn't that likable. And the movie is only 59 minutes, 59 seconds long. It was the scariest thing I have seen in decades.
Interesting.
It actually won a contest. There's an organization that has people wear heart monitors. And they base on cardiac reaction what the scariest film of all time was. And 2020's Host is it. It kept me up for 2 or 3 days looking at shadows and being a little freaked out by dark spaces.
Where can you watch it?
It is streaming. I last watched it on Shudder, but you can also purchase it as a one-off on Amazon, streaming services like that.
But you shouldn't.
But you shouldn't.
You shouldn't do it.
Andrew gives good advice back there. He's saying, don't do it. Do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Come to my shows instead.
Yeah.
See? Here we go. Because I'm not that scary and I'm always a good time.
Thank you so much for coming in, Austin. Check out those 3 movies: The Host, The Babysitter, and Insidious.
Yes.
I love scary movies, so I'll definitely be doing it.
I got you covered.
Yeah. Speaking of shows at the Crown, our next performer has a show this upcoming weekend. They're going to be performing for you first, and then we're going to do a little chat with them. Let's give it up for Brittany. She emerges.
followed my light as he came, as he came, as he came, as he came, face to face with my flame. Oh, the devil is voracious. He is gracious, charming, and kind, and I won't reveal what he must conceal in the mask he is hiding behind. With a face full of lies, by a mask in disguise, I am saved by the flame in his
Come on over.
Oh, sure.
Brittany.
Can I join you?
Yes,
Please.
thank you.
That was amazing. I don't know that song. What song was that?
That song is from a Michael Mott song cycle. Michael Mott is like a Broadway musical composer, but just didn't get to Broadway just yet. But it's quite amazing, I think.
It's beautiful, amazing, and you sang it beautifully.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us a little about the show we've got coming up this Sunday, Monday.
So we're doing the Green Fairy at the Crown and Anchor, 7:30 Sunday, Monday, with Joe Santos, myself, and Andrew Sharanian as the pianist.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What's the vibe?
The vibe is like dark, immersive theater. I feel like there's not enough like theater pieces in town. There's a lot of, amazing performers and performances, no doubt, but something that's more, it's not Joe and I, we're playing these characters.
Oh, cool.
There's a through storyline that is specific to our story, but it is relatable to all people, particularly if you're a performer in Provincetown.
Which everyone is.
Which everyone is, exactly.
Is this your first joint production, you and Drew?
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's really
Very
exciting. Yeah. How'd you come up with the Green Fairy idea?
So we were originally going to do like a review called Autumn Leaves, and like time was going by and neither of us were bringing it up to the other one. We were like, what's going on here? And then finally one day we were like, we're not inspired by this idea at all. So let's actually make something that we're inspired by. So that, we want to do something spooky, something immersive, something dark. Yeah.
Awesome. For fall.
For fall.
For Halloween.
Groundbreaking.
So what else have you got? Besides the Green Fairy, do you have anything else coming up?
Yeah, I have, last night was my final Thursday with Clint at the Gifford House. We're subbing tonight, so we're going to be there as well from 9 to 11. And then Sunday, Monday is Green Fairy. Tuesday, I'm doing Space Pussy with Ryan Landry at the Governor Bradford. And then Wednesday, I leave to go do Ryan's Gold Dust Orphan show, the Rocky Menorah Christmas show.
You are? Spooky's in it too, right?
Yes, but like everyone's in it. Yeah, it's
Oh, I can't
well, not
wait.
everyone.
When does that open?
That opens November, 30 days have September, April, June, and November. November 30th.
Excellent.
You're like last day in November, whatever that is.
And it runs until December 23rd in Boston.
Excellent.
That's really exciting. Get your tickets to the Green Fairy this Sunday and Monday at the Crown and Anchor at onlyatthecrown.com. The link is in the video description. Yes.
And thank you for the beautiful song last night.
Of course.
Yeah, gorgeous.
So welcome. You are a bitch.
We knew that.
That's our show.
We talk about Don.
Oh, you guys, one more thing real quick. Our friend Don James is doing a raffle fundraiser. He's getting a kidney replaced, and he's raising money to donate to the person who's donating the kidney. So usually when you donate a kidney, you're laid up for a month yourself. You've got to do a lot of traveling. Don's trying to offset some of the costs for that person. And the raffle tickets are $25 a piece, 5 for $100. There's really, really incredible pieces donated, over $10,000 worth of art and gift cards from everybody in town. Like we always say about Provincetown, the community really came together to help Don put this together. The drawing will be Giving Tuesday, which is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. You can reach out to Don online if you want to buy tickets to this. It's for a great cause. And that's our show.
Yeah. Thanks to all of our sponsors, the Crown and Anchor, the Provincetown Brewing Company, the Provincetown Business Guild, the Shipwreck at the Brass Key, and also the Boat Slip.
Thanks for waking up in Provincetown.
Wherever you are.
And we'll see you next Friday.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. In Provincetown.